Into the promised land, the 12 spies and the test of faith. The edge of the promise. The sun blazed above the wilderness of Paran, casting long shadows across the endless desert sands. The Israelites, led by Moses, had journeyed through trials, miracles, and divine encounters to reach this pivotal moment. Before them lay Canaan, the land flowing with milk and honey, the land God had promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The camp buzzed with excitement and curiosity. Children whispered tales of towering cities and abundant vineyards. The elders discussed strategy and divine instructions. Everyone knew that Canaan was more than just a territory, it was the fulfillment of a centuries-old promise. Inside his tent, Moses communed with the Lord. "Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the people of Israel," the Lord instructed. "From each tribe of their fathers, you shall send a man, everyone a chief among them." Moses, ever obedient, rose and summoned the leaders of each tribe. They were not just warriors, they were men of renown, respected and wise, the pride of their people. Among them were Shammua of Reuben, Shaphat of Simeon, Caleb of Judah, Igal of Issachar, Hosea, Joshua, of Ephraim, and 7 others, each representing the 12 tribes. Moses stood before them, staff in hand, eyes firm with purpose. "You are to go up into the Negeb and into the hill country," he commanded. "See what the land is like, whether the people who dwell in it are strong or weak, few or many. Is the land good or bad? Are the cities like camps or strongholds? Is the land rich or poor? Bring back some of the fruit of the land." Then Moses turned to Hosea son of Nun, placing his hand upon him. "From now on, you shall be called Joshua," he said, giving him the name that means, "The Lord is salvation." With hearts pounding and spirits high, the 12 men departed into the unknown, stepping beyond the safe borders of their camp into the mystery of Canaan. The journey was long and perilous. The spies traversed rugged mountains, crossed dry valleys, and tiptoed through enemy lands. For 40 days, they observed, took notes, and remained hidden in shadows. What they saw stirred a storm of emotions. They passed through Hebron, where the sons of Anak dwelled, giants, towering and muscular, descendants of the Nephilim. The cities were heavily fortified, with massive stone walls that reached toward the heavens. Warriors trained in the streets, their swords glinting in the sun. It was clear, Canaan was not an unguarded land. But amidst the danger, there was undeniable beauty. The hills rolled with vineyards, fig trees, and olive groves. Fields bloomed with crops more fertile than any in Egypt. Crystal-clear streams meandered through meadows, and the air smelled of wild honey. In the valley of Eshcol, the spies found a cluster of grapes so large it took 2 men to carry it on a pole between them. Along with it, they gathered pomegranates and figs, symbols of the land's bounty. As they journeyed back, the group fell into debate. "Yes, the land is rich," said one, "but the people are stronger than we imagined. Their cities are impenetrable." "Let's be honest," another said. "We cannot defeat them. We are as grasshoppers in their sight." Caleb and Joshua exchanged worried glances. "We must not forget who goes before us," Caleb whispered. But the others were already rehearsing their grim report. Report. The 12 spies returned to the Israelite camp, weary but alive. The people rushed to them, eager to hear about the land of promise. Children clung to their mothers, and the elders pressed forward with hopeful hearts. Moses and Aaron stood at the front. Caleb and Joshua stepped forward with the giant fruit. The people gasped in awe. "We came to the land to which you sent us," the spies began. "It flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit." Hope surged like a wave through the crowd. "But," continued 10 of the spies, "the people in the land are strong. The cities are fortified and very large. We even saw the descendants of Anak there. Amalekites, Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, and Canaanites fill the land. We are not able to go up against them, they are stronger than we are. Their words struck the camp like thunder. Gasps turned to groans. Hope dissolved into fear. But Caleb silenced the people before Moses. "Let us go up at once and occupy it," he said boldly. "For we are well able to overcome it." The other spies shook their heads. "No. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so we seemed to them." Fear spread like wildfire. That night, the camp was filled with wailing. The people wept, cried out, and cursed the day they left Egypt. The people rebel. The fear had turned to rebellion. "Would that we had died in Egypt," they cried. "Or in this wilderness. Why is the Lord bringing us into this land to fall by the sword? Our wives and children will become prey." They gathered stones, their eyes wild with anger. "Let us choose a new leader and go back to Egypt." Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the assembly. Caleb and Joshua tore their clothes in grief. "The land we passed through is exceedingly good," Joshua cried. "If the Lord delights in us, he will bring us into this land and give it to us. Only do not rebel against the Lord. Do not fear the people of the land. Their protection is removed from them, and the Lord is with us." But the crowd would not listen. "Stone them," someone shouted. The people surged forward, but suddenly, the glory of the Lord appeared in the tent of meeting for all to see. Silence fell like a shroud. Divine judgment. The Lord spoke to Moses, his voice like fire. "How long will this people despise me? How long will they not believe in me, in spite of all the signs I have done among them?" Down, to start anew with Moses. But Moses, the humble shepherd of Israel, pleaded for mercy. "Lord, if you destroy them, the nations will say you were not able to bring your people into the land you promised. I know you are slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love. Please, pardon their iniquity, according to your great mercy." The Lord responded, "I have pardoned, according to your word. But none of the men who have seen my glory and still shall see the land I swore to give to their fathers. Except Caleb and Joshua, they have a different spirit and have followed me fully." The people were struck with grief as Moses delivered the sentence. "Your bodies shall fall in this wilderness. For 40 years, 1 year for each day the spies were in Canaan, you shall wander the wilderness until this generation passes away. Your children, whom you said would be prey, shall enter and inherit the land." A costly presumption. Some of the people tried to take matters into their own hands. "We have sinned," they said. "We will go up to the land now." But Moses warned them. "Not go up. The Lord is not among you. You will be defeated by your enemies." They ignored him and marched toward the hill country. But the Amalekites and Canaanites descended upon them and struck them down. Presumption was costly. The wandering begins. The camp turned away from the border of Canaan. For the next 40 years, they wandered. Dust clung to their feet, and sorrow shadowed their hearts. Every grave dug into the wilderness floor was a reminder of what had been lost, not because of enemy swords, but because of fear and unbelief. And yet, through it all, the Lord remained faithful. He provided manna each day. He led them by cloud and fire. He never abandoned them. Caleb and Joshua remained steadfast, encouraging the next generation. They told stories of the land, the rivers, the cities, the bounty, and most importantly, of God's faithfulness. "Do not be like your fathers," they would say. "Trust the Lord, for he is mighty." The legacy of faith. 40 years later, a new generation stood once again at the threshold of Canaan. The old had passed away, just as God said. Only Caleb and Joshua remained from the original 12. Joshua would lead them into the land, for he had proven faithful. And Caleb, at age, would still claim his inheritance. The memory of the 12 spies remained a lesson for all generations. 10 had seen with earthly eyes and cowered. 2 had seen with eyes of faith and stood firm. Lessons derived from the story, eyes of fear or eyes of faith. The story of the 12 spies is a profound mirror to our own lives. We, too, often stand at the edge of promise. We face giants, obstacles, fears, uncertainties. And in those moments, we choose how to see. Fear, we shrink back, exaggerating the challenges, forgetting the power of God. With eyes of faith, we step forward, trusting that if God has called us, He will provide. The Israelites saw the same land. They walked the same path. But only those who trusted in God's word entered the promise. Let us be like Caleb and Joshua, people of a different spirit. People who trust in the unseen. People who believe that God is greater than any giant.
Thanks for watching Bible Takes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.